Hey, what's up YouTube? Boswell back with the husband code, and I'm back with the car vlog video. Like I said, every day gotta upload, but I want to jump right into it. I had an interesting conversation today with another coworker, and I actually had another topic I wanted to talk about, but I just felt like this should take precedent just based on how everything kind of transpired. But the conversation was just about along the lines of controlling your thoughts and being specific about your thoughts. And so with this other coworker or whatnot, somehow we just, you get to talking around the job or whatever, and we just had a one-on-one, and we're just, speaking about how, for me personally, I've just never felt comfortable working for somebody else. I just never have. And there's another story that maybe I'll share another day that's kind of linked to that, about just never being comfortable. You know what? No, I'll share it today. So just remember, never being comfortable working for somebody. So basically, when I was younger, I was looking to get my first car or whatever, and I seen this car, and it was parked at a church. And my uncle actually knew who the owner was of the car. So I was like, hey, Unc, can you get in contact with the guy so I can get the car? He was like, yeah, nephew, I got you. Cool. A couple days go past. Hey, Unc, what's up? What's the deal with this car? He's like, hey, man, I'm gonna talk to him. Cool. So I'm waiting. It's almost like a week, and he's still saying, hey, I'm waiting to hear back from him. Cool. So I ended up going up there with one of my homeboys, and the guy was actually at the church. And so I was like, hey, man, I see you got that car there for sale. How much you want for it? And, he was like, X amount of dollars. I think it was like $500 or something. It was like an old car, whatever. But he was like, I really want to sell it for more, but I got to put some work into it. But I was like, I got the money right now. And he was like, all right, well, you willing to put the work in? I was like, cool. My friend at the time, my friend Josh, he was basically born on the hood, man. He know how to do everything. His grandfather taught him a lot. RP to his grandfather. But basically he was like, yeah, bro, get the car. We'll take it to AutoZone, get the parts for a tune-up, like spark plugs and wires, oil, we'll change all that, right? Or air filter, all that. So anyway, the dude was like, cool, let's do it, but you need a bill of sale. And this is my first time kind of understand how business transactions work. But anyway, so he was like, look, I'll write some up real quick. That way you'll be able to take it and get your tag. So anyway, he ended up going online to Google. We found some random bill of sale. He wrote it up. He gave me the title for it. And, the transaction was done. I had the 500, boom, done. And anyway, I ended up going, we got the tune up and everything. And my homeboy hooked me up. And I just thought that was like one of the best lessons in life I ever learned. And what it taught me was, never wait on another man to do something for you that you can do yourself. That lesson right there taught me so much. And I learned a lot of different lessons, but that was like my first real conscious life lesson. Was like, if you want something, you go get it and you do it yourself. Don't wait on another man to do it for you. So fast forward back to this conversation today about never being comfortable working for somebody. And I've always been like that. It just I don't know, it just made my stomach churn every time I had to clock in at my day job or any job I've had. It just never sat right with me. I always knew, like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna be working for somebody the rest of your life. I just always felt that way. And so anyway, so like I said, with the conversation of being comfortable, that I look at kind of where I am now and still clocking in. It's like, damn, I'm living the lesson I said I would never live. Which is, and for our purposes, I want to say there's nothing wrong for working and grinding for what you want in life, right? And sometimes we have to play the game, and we have to go through the rat race, and grind up and find our way out, and that's fine. That's just part of it. But it comes a time where, for me, I just feel that, like, I'm not full as a man unless I can call my own shots. That's just what it is. I just never felt comfortable. I never felt whole in that sense. Not that I'm like, again, I'm not like depressing and some shit like that. I'm not saying nothing like that, but I'm saying like just, you know, that for a man, he know what I'm talking about. For the husbands out there, for the men out there, they know what I'm talking about. When you have to clock in the job, you basically, I look at it as like I'm begging them to help me feed myself, right? And again, if somebody take it the wrong way, I'm not talking about nobody. But I personally never felt right clocking in at a job. It just, since I was 16, I had my first, I probably was 15, matter of fact, I worked at Hardee's, the burger spot. I think my cousin got me on. And I just remember like looking at my check and seeing like, who the heck is FICO or FICA, or who the heck is SSI? Like, who's taking all my money? And it's just, even from there, I was like, why are people taking my money? Because I didn't understand like taxes and all that, and Medicare and all that stuff. But anyway, so shifting back to the whole point of the video, I just wanted to share that quick story. But you know, I was just explaining to them just about the coworker, about just never been comfortable working for another job, and I'm just finally back in a mind state where I'm starting to control my thoughts even more. And so with that, it's like they was like, wow, you know, I was waiting for somebody to bring this conversation. And what they meant was, you know, I kind of mentioned about, you know, now that I'm getting to a point where I can control my thoughts, I can kind of hear clearly. And when I say hear clearly, I can hear the universe, I can hear God, whatever your religion is, or whatever you believe. I believe when my mind's at a certain state of being, which it is now, I can receive more information from the universe. I can receive that information from God. Versus, and we all know there's another voice that pops in your head, and it's the loudest and the most powerful thing that I had to deal with for a long time, which is that negative voice. And we know that voice that's have you doubting yourself. We know the voice that tell you, oh, wait till tomorrow. We know that voice like, oh, you ain't good enough to do it. We know the voice that's like, oh yeah, you can eat that, don't worry about it, you'll be good. We know that voice, you know, when you want to try to accomplish something, you're like, oh man, you ain't smart enough for it. We all know the voice. We all know the voice. But when you learn to command your own mind, you can break out of that voice and you can let the other voice in. The voice that says like, man, you can do it. You can, you know, eat right. You can go to the gym. You can, you know, go towards your purpose, right? You can shoot a YouTube video every day. You know, don't limit yourself. You know, that voice, right? So with that said, this coworker was like, man, I've been waiting to have the conversation, because you can't speak with everybody on the job like that, right? And you had to just wait for that opportunity, and it's not nothing that you even intentionally try to bring up. It just kind of naturally happens. And so, but what they were sharing with me was, being that I'm able to hear that voice now, right, and I'm able to control my thoughts to allow myself to receive it, and controlling my mind, it's like, be specific now, right? When you're having that conversation with God, when you're having that conversation with the universe, be specific, meaning, because you know, that voice it's always a whisper, because the other voice, the negative voice, is so loud. But when you swap it, right, and it's the opposite, now the negative voice is a whisper and the positive voice is so loud, it's like, now you can have a real conversation, because you're receiving it. Now you can kind of talk back with it, the voice, right, or talk back with God, whatever you want to say. And so it's like, now that you can have that conversation, be specific about what you want. Like, don't just be like, oh, show me the way, or, you know, it's like, all right, show me the way on A, B, C, D. Like, be very specific about what you ask. And I thought that was just very powerful. And and again, I always say everything connected. So with that being said, I went to Family Feud years ago. I went to Family Feud, and Steve Harvey was hosting it, right? And I just remember him saying the same thing, but he was saying it in a manner of like, okay, you like, you know, hey God, I need a house, right? Oh, hey God, I want a car. I need a car, man. I need to get to work. He like, man, be specific. I want this house in this neighborhood with this zip code, this color, right? I want a red door, you know, I want a 3-car garage. He like be damn specific, right? You need a car? Well, I want this Benz. I don't just want any car. Now you'll get a car. It may not be the one you want, but be specific. And you know, I just thought it was just like, damn, man, that's just crazy how things circle back around. You know, just how everything connected. How that was that many years ago hearing him say it, and now this person, his coworker, we talking about it. And it's crazy how things circle back around. So, you know, that's something that now I take wholeheartedly, is I have to be specific and not just in general terms. So, you know, I just thought that was very powerful, that conversation. And so, you know, we talked a little bit more about just life and stuff like that, but that's what really stuck with me, and I wanted to, you know, share that with you guys. So to connect this to the husband code, right? And again, I like these vlogs that they personal about, you know, myself, but I still like to connect it back, right? So what are you asking as a husband? You know, maybe for yourself, for your family, for your goals. You know, how are you controlling your thoughts to allow that voice in? You know, maybe your marriage ain't where you want it to be, right? Or you being specific when you praying, or you asking the universe or however have it for what you want, right? Maybe something going on with your kids, or you being specific about what you asking. You know, maybe you want them to go to college, maybe they sick or something like that, I don't know, but are you being specific about what you're asking, right? So, like I said, that's something I just wanted to share today. What was on my thoughts and my mind, and I just thought it was very powerful. So, you know, drop a comment down below. You know, what you think about this video. Where you at with hearing that voice, or are you still hearing that loud negative voice and the whispers of the positive voice, or have you transitioned? You know, now is it the whispers of the negative voice and the real loud conversation of the positive voice? And it's hard. Listen, it's hard. I promise you, it's hard to make that transition, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. And so, you as a husband, you as a leader, you as the man, you know, of your controlling your life, you know, make that transition. If you're not there already, make the transition. And I think you'll be rewarded, and you'll be happier, you know, that you did. So again, drop the comments down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If somebody need to hear this message, share it out. But I appreciate you guys always. Again, I can't wait till tomorrow. Got another vlog coming. And until then, y'all have a blessed day.